Hey guys, welcome back to the I Dare to Dream Professional Development Training Series. In this portion of the training series, we're going to talk about your etiquette in the waiting room or lobby, basically your manners. All right, and basically when you first walk into the office, you're going to make contact with the front desk clerk or the administration. You want to make sure that there's no additional information needed from you or paperwork that has to be completed. But once that's done, you're going to take your seat with everyone else that's going to be in the lobby, obviously waiting to do the same thing you are, which is an interview to secure employment. The first two temptations that come to mind, and this is really the meat of what we want to share with you today, is your cell phone usage and your engagements or conversations that you're having with the people around you. So starting with the cell phone, if you want to use your phone for any sort of entertainment purposes, audio, video, social media, highly recommend that you use your earphones, earbuds, or any other device that you have that can go inside your ear, the AirPods or whatnot. So you're not gonna disturb anybody else around you with the content that you are consuming, especially if that content might be deemed inappropriate. Profanity, violence. Okay, basically you shouldn't be watching a World Star Hip Hop video while you're in the lobby area or the waiting area of your potential employer, if that makes sense. Because the administrative team is part of management for that company, so they are also watching you and listening to you. You're under observation, even though the interview has not begun yet, if that makes sense. So if you're going to use your cell phone for entertainment purposes, you need to do so in a manner that is not going to disturb or affect the people around you. My best recommendation to you is this. If you don't have any of those items to make it more personal as far as the entertainment side, then don't do it, don't open it. The second thing in that is also personal phone calls. If you have to take a personal phone call, the best advice we can give you is go to the administrative team and say, listen, I need to take a personal phone call. Can I please be excused to step out of the office or out of the building? Now, even though you're going outside, again, that does not mean that this is an opportunity for you to have a personal conversation that might very well be inappropriate with profanity or shouting. If you know that this call is going to end with you screaming at someone or them screaming at you in the parking lot of your potential employer, then I highly recommend that you just don't take the phone call. Send them a text message and say, listen, I'm about to step into a meeting. I can't take this call right now, but once I finish my business up here, I'll give you a call. And that's it. Leave it at that, guys. So the second temptation is obviously the conversations that you might want to engage in with the people around you. Listen, I'm a people person. I love to talk to people, and that's good, but you have to be mindful of the conversations that you are engaging in with the people around you. A couple things. If it's profanity, if it's violent, if it's vulgar, if it may make others around you feel uncomfortable, you want to disengage from that conversation immediately. If a person is, for example, maybe speaking negatively about their current or previous employer, well, that's also a negative too, even if you're not the one that's carrying on about, how negative this employer was. Again, you're still under scrutiny, you're still being observed. If the admin team hears that sort of conversation going on and they recognize that you're engaging in that as well, even if it's not directly coming from you, that might leave a bad taste in the employer's mouth. I know it definitely would in our administration as well, because as an employer, you got to understand, we're going to look at that as basically a walking, talking bad review. And if it's happening in the lobby area right now, as you're waiting to potentially, assume a new position with a new company, and you have the audacity to talk negatively about a current or previous employer, not a good look. Definitely don't want to engage in that. So this is all to say one thing. If the conversation is negative, inappropriate, or potentially harmful, to the people around you in some way, shape, or fashion, do not engage in that conversation and disengage as fast as possible. Wait pleasantly, quietly, comfortably, and confidently to be called by name for your opportunity to interview with the company that you are attempting to acquire employment with. You are there to get a job. You are there to be able to take care of your family. So these two things have to be considered: cell phone usage and engagement with the people around you. Keep it to a very low minimum or absolutely zero, and you'll definitely improve your chances of impressing your potential employer. So guys, hope this helps you in some way. If you believe it can also add some value to some others, we highly encourage you to hit the like and share button with your network. Until we will see you here again for the next installment of the I Dare to Dream Professional Development Training Series.